Okay, I'm back here with part 2, I guess, of the B&B Air headphone review first impression. These are actually currently on. When they're on, the four dots right here light up and stay lit, which I guess is okay because you don't forget to turn them off. With regard to them being connected, they're already connected to my little iPhone 5S here. Connection is solid. I've been able to go 2 different floors and that has not been an issue, not much of a drop. I took the with the interchangeable ear cups, I figured out that they're both lefty-loosey. They have like a little bit of a turn and then they pop right off. And then you just line them up and you turn them to the right till they're snug and you're good to go. So that whatever issue I had with the unboxing, I figured that out. So that's good. I've been using these a little bit on with the on-ear cup versus the bigger over-ear. I'm usually a fan of the over-ear because I wear glasses. But these cushions are plush enough where I don't mind these, and they have passive, a very passive noise isolation. When I was researching my mistake, and this was my mistake, so I'll get to that first. These were the proper or the correct model of headphone that I backed that was supposed to pause when you removed them, when you went like this. And then when you put them back on, it was advertised as it would resume your music. So getting back to what I was saying in the other review, where with Sony's, where you have to cup your ear and you leave them on and people might get confused and think you're trying to be some kind of DJ, but you're actually just trying to talk to them. This makes it clear to you that I'm speaking with you. You have my attention. There's no bleed because it paused. That's why I backed them, because I was like, oh, that's a good idea, and sure. And looking at, as I was researching why these didn't do that, I also saw that the conversion was in German francs, so I think it was $114 for these, which is a great price point, in my opinion, for the quality of sound. It's not going to blow you out of the water, but it's also better than, I would argue, it's better than the JBLs, the Everest series. I don't like those at all, and these are far more comfortable. But anyway, given that I don't think you can buy these anywhere, there's no point to me really comparing these to anything. I don't know that there is any competition because you can't buy these unless you back them. Further to that, they are kind of going back to the drawing board, as I read, to try and create what they intended to do from the start, which was create a headphone that did play and pause when you put them on and took them off without any weird cupping or anything like that. So from what I read, and when I properly researched after I got confused the other day doing just a blind opening and first listen, they are, I guess their intention is to make something in this coming year, this year, 2017, and provide it to those that originally backed their first B&B heirs for a ridiculously cheap rate for as a thank you / sorry kind of thing. So, okay, it's cool with me. And I'm okay with the play pause thing would have been cool, would have been neat. But for me, being that all the controls are on the left side and they sound pretty good, I'm gonna give them like a couple weeks of running around. They give you a pretty quality case, and even if you don't want to use the case, I think they'll stand up to some pretty decent abuse. That doesn't go very well. I will say that. When you do that, things start to pop. So you gotta be a little. You can't. These are not J-proof like the V-Modas or anything. Somebody's gonna make a GIF out of this. But just when I did that, we started having things popping out and stuff like that. It all popped all back in. But yeah, you don't want to do that. So, but if you break the hinges and you just toss them in your backpack, I'm sure these will be fine. So I'll give these a run. And so far they sound pretty good. One thing that I found to be a bit annoying was that you had to use, or I had to use their USB charger to charge them because they arrived dead. I guess I can't fault them for that because I had to go through customs and whatever. But the receptacle in the left ear cup, any of the other cables that I used or I have a bunch of these at this point. I don't know if it was the fit and finish, the profile of it or whatever, but it wasn't sinking all the way into the socket to charge them. I had to break this out and use it to charge them. No big deal, but if no other cable works in my as I go along, if I do use these more often and I lose this, then I'm just, well, not, SOL, because I can go wired. But if I'm going wired, the motors are on my head, the crossfade 100s, for sure. Wired every day, all day. So that's irrelevant. So I can't lose these, that's for sure. But all in all, I mean, I can't fault these poor German dudes for not being able to get the technology working. I don't know the details, I don't know what they went through, but I ended up with a pretty decent fitting because the cushioning that they used is really, really nice. Even for a guy with glasses, I don't mind these for an extended period of time, even with the on-ear. Over-ear obviously is a different animal, but the on-ear is usually not comfortable no matter what brand. JBL Everest, Sennheiser Imperiors, Sennheiser, the ones that sportscasters wear. I can't think of the call number of those at the moment, but any on-ear Beats, they all hurt after a while. They all give me fatigue. These, not really. So I hope they figure out what they're doing. Because these, for as far as exchange rate, for $114, which is what I back these for, is a perfect price point. So, but anyway, my main intention in making this video was, Because I think if you just did this, it was gonna pause the music. That'd been cool. So I hope they figured their stuff out. I hope they figured it out. It would have been cool. I don't know. But it sounded pretty good. Building construction is on par with, like I said, the JBLs, and they're more comfortable. But what's the sense of me rambling if you can't buy them? But if you enjoyed the ramble, and I hope you enjoyed me correcting, or at least clarifying, why they didn't pause, and let me know. Or if you have any questions, again, it's just, what is it? It's just Bloomberger.com. Here. You can pause it, read it. Love it.